All right, story time, man. I got a story. It's not about me. It's about someone else. And I'm not doing a TikTok video. It's about someone that I actually know. So this is a story. Someone that I work with, somebody that I know as a regular person, and they're a good worker. Everywhere I know that they've worked. I know owners that they work with. They just good person to have with you, as far as like in your business. So this person was working at a place. She tried, I guess, like, this corporate chain thing, and it was interesting. They promised this, that, and the problem was the person did not like the job from the get-go. Everything that was basically said to get the person in there was not true, and it was ran very poorly. Ever since the first day, there was managers quitting, people calling out. So basically, the problem ends up being that the employees are unmanageable. There's no backup from upper management. So the people above her that run like the whole corporation, whatever. Well, not the whole corporation, but that whole section over there. They're kind of just letting a lot of stuff go. And apparently, before everything happened the last couple of years ago, before the whole world shut down and all this stuff happened, it was differently. Like, it was apparently a little bit better. Again, this person was not there, so they don't know. They just hearing, this is what they're telling them. So the problem is, I always said, people, let a lot of things go during these couple of years that the world was shut down and it was hard to get people to work. And people that were working, the business was not as busy as normal in some cases. So you got a little lackadaisical, for lack of better words. And I guess stuff was just letting go, whatever. But I guess this went on for a little while, for I guess at least 2 years or so, right? So what it looks like, this is my opinion, it looks like the employees normalized that time period. That was nothing but normal, that was unnormal. They normalized that. And now that, basically we're trying to get back to normal, they're basically calling out, well, we didn't do this, we didn't do this, and of course they didn't do it because it was just not enough business. There was just like, so now that the business has gone up and there's more business and it's getting back to normal numbers, they want to be treated the same way when when the world was shutting down. And some of the managers, they admitted it. They said, yeah, during the world shut down and all that stuff, we kind of let a lot of stuff slide. And I get it, you did that, but okay, was there ever a plan to try to bring back stuff to like when it gets back to normal? Okay, so things were not normal, so you didn't function normal, right? But when things starts to get back normal, was there never a plan to get everybody on board just to be back the way they were before? Apparently not. And this is where the problem lies. So employees right now, they're basically, this is a really, really, good example of how bad management could really basically be toxic in a workplace. Because the employees are basically taking over the place. They're being poorly managed. The managers that are being brought in to manage are not getting backed up by their superiors. When they try to enforce the rules, they get a lot of backlash. I'm gonna give you one example because I heard a bunch of stories this person told me while they were there. Not only were people just able to do whatever, and she was basically doing the right documentation to give people consequences for not doing their job. HR department was the worst HR department I've ever heard. And I've worked with HR departments a lot. I go to places that were not doing so well, and I would fix the place. And one of the things I did was work together with HR. I would learn the handbook, learn what was needed to get done, what rules needed to get followed, and what things were not being followed, right? I would make sure I knew all that stuff and work with HR to make sure I was doing the right thing and make sure that, my employees were doing the right thing. And HR usually appreciates that. They want stuff. They want to have less problems. They want people to be happy. People are usually happy when they are working together and everybody works as a team. Look, people go into places and people are being poorly managed, and the people that want to work, your good workers, eventually they don't want to be there too long. They don't want to pick up the slack. Let's just say that. They don't want to pick up the slack so much for the people that are just kind of just doing whatever they want to do. So basically, they'll be there. They get the job. Once they see that these people are not being disciplined and I'm basically getting paid the same as this person to slack off, but I'm picking up the slack, they're going to be there only until they find another job. So basically, this place became a revolving door. Over and over again, people were just going in there, managers were leaving. It was just a revolving door. So, I'm going to give you one example before I jump to the end. This person had one instance that this person was threatened by an employee. Automatic threatened, and not only was it just verbally threatened, they actually text this manager, text them, because the hours were not the hours that they wanted, and they were like, you better change those hours or else, and it went on. It was a big text, and I'm like, get the hell out of here. I guess this person's last job, this person's not too bright. You can't believe that this person, this information was forwarded to HR, and the next thing I heard, and this is one example that I actually saw the text, I read the text, and I was like, Karen, this person last day was yesterday. Like, you can't threaten another employee. You just don't do that. So, it was sent to HR. HR gave this person another chance. And apparently this person already had a bunch of write-ups, a bunch of disciplinary issues already in her file. It was just like they just weren't getting rid of people that were toxic in this work environment. They were letting them thrive. So what do you think is going to happen? You have good employees, they're going to leave. So now this person says they're going to leave, and everybody is trying to keep this person to stay. But why would you stay? And you know, one of the things that was said to this person that I know, you're like, you don't want to leave? Every other place is like this. And I'm like, wow, this place, not only I've been hearing all these crazy stories that you've been saying of how they have, like, honestly, I'm hearing the stories and I'm like, these people are, they're really Tropic Thunder. They are really R-word. Like, they actually did an insult to actual people that are, because it was opposite day of what you should do. This place was just, great example of bad management from the upper, and bad employees getting away with just spoiling everybody else. Like, it's just spoiling the place. To the point that even customers were getting upset there because the place was not running the way it's supposed to run. But how can you say that every place is being ran the way you like? You think you're that good that what you're like, that this is really bad, but it's like this everywhere. I'm like, my God, these people are. The funny thing is, the person that worked, I'm like speechless, because when I heard that, I was pretty speechless. But this person told me they never really ever had a bad job. This was their first bad job. So for you to tell this person that every place is like that, and they know it's not like that, and everybody knows, like, how you think this person now is stupid? I was insulted just to hear this story, or just to hear the story as it was going on, because I would just hear about this stuff daily, and it was just it was upsetting to me, and I didn't even work at the place. It was upsetting just to hear how bad this place is being managed. And then when I got to see some proof of how poorly these people are managing, I would read the text. In the text, I'm like, this is some shit. All right, now I'm getting a little excited, a little upset about this story. But again, leave your comments below. What do you think? It was the last couple years. Is that really an excuse for the way, some of these places just, I don't know, just starting to run, starting to take the normal of 2 years ago and trying to make that now the normal? Leave your comments below. Let me know if you reached, or if you listened to me this far, or if you made it this far. Subscribe, Leave your comments below. Peace later.